Hello, everyone. A mysterious disease that takes over the whole body and only to be diagnosed when fracture has already happened. If you ask someone to portray an old person, the chances are he or she would be stooping over so as to appear to have a curved spine, or as we say, dowager's hump. Yes, you're right. This is all about a discrete disease called osteoporosis. I'm Dr. Khan. I practice rheumatology in America. I'm MBBS. I'm American College of Rheumatology certified. I'm also a member of American College of Rheumatology and American Medical Association. Rheumatology is a medical specialty where you diagnose and treat musculoskeletal diseases and systemic autoimmune conditions, commonly referred to as rheumatic diseases. These diseases can affect the joints, muscles, bones, causing pain, swelling, stiffness, and deformity. So let's talk about osteoporosis. What is osteoporosis? It is a disease of bones. Osteoporosis is a Greek word. Osteo means bone, porosis means porous bone, or a soft bone, or a hollow bone. So basically, osteoporosis disease causes a soft, thin, and fragile bone. You'll be surprised to find out that Egyptian mummies from 4,000 years ago have been found with dowager's hump. That means they had osteoporosis in their vertebrae. Vittorio Carpaccio was a 15th century artist who drew a painting of an old woman with dowager's hump. So this is an old disease, but unfortunately, it has been spreading worldwide and already has affected millions of people all over the world. I chose this topic to educate people about the mysterious disease. We would review osteoporosis, its symptoms, and in the next upcoming videos, we'll talk about the risks and the treatment. It is very important to diagnose this disease and treat it. If you diagnose osteoporosis earlier in its course, then you may stop further worsening and sometimes improve osteoporosis. This disease will ultimately afflict about half of women at or above 65 years of age all over the world. Osteoporosis can also occur in men. 2 out of 10 men who are at or above 75 years of age would get this disease. Osteoporosis can be seen in children as well. Have you ever thought that why old people stoop forward? I'm sure that you will know at least one person with a hunch. According to an American study, 9 to 10 million of Americans are already affected with osteoporosis. 80% of them are women. 1.5 to 2 million fractures happening every year in the United States. 25% of them are women more than 65 years of age, and 5% of males are more than 65 years of age. 34 million have osteopenia. I will discuss about osteopenia later, but osteopenia can lead to osteoporosis. So let's start with what is a bone. A bone is a tissue which is rock hard from outside and spongy on inside. It has 2 kinds of cells, osteoclasts and osteoblasts. If a section of the bone is injured or old or strained, osteoclast cells gather on the affected area, scratch the bone, and chew up the bad bone, leaving behind a hole. Then osteoblasts come and fill up that hole with a healthy bone. This process is called remodeling. This is a natural process. We are active, we walk against gravity, and that maintains some stress on our bones constantly, which triggers the remodeling process. Remodeling process is essential for maintenance of strength and flexibility of our bones. The whole human skeleton changes completely in 10 years due to bone remodeling process. Put it this way, 10% of bones are going through remodeling process all the time. In younger years, bones are strong and flexible, but with aging process and acquiring certain risk factors, which I would like to enlighten you later, they can affect both strength and flexibility of bones. Now, let's talk about the symptoms of this disease. Unfortunately, we don't get too many symptoms in osteoporosis. People may be completely asymptomatic, or they might develop fracture, which can lead to breathing issues, backache. Sometimes people complain about losing height. They may lose 1 to 1.5 inches of height, or they also complain of gaining weight around their waistline. But when you weigh them, their weight is the same. It happens because if there is osteoporosis in the spine, that may lead to silent fracture with collapse of spine, causing people to be perpetually hunched over. This attributes to poor posture and protrusion of belly. This leads to the feeling that they have gained weight, but they have not actually. No major blow or trauma is required for fracture. It can happen with simple things like hugging, sneezing, or stepping off the curb. Any bone can be fractured, but usually it's spine, hip, or wrist bones which are commonly broken. Fractured bones cause pain, and if not healed properly, they can cause permanent deformity and disability. Worst outcome is seen when a hip bone gets fractured. We can't stand or put our body weight on our hip joints or hip bones if they are fractured. So it affects our walking and activities of daily living and perpetuates sedentary lifestyle, which leads to further health issues like pneumonia, blood clots, weight gain, high blood pressure, diabetes, and can lead to death. Yes, a simple hip fracture can lead to death. There are American studies which show that 300,000 people get fractures of the hip bone every year. 75,000 of these people die with complications. 75,000 of these people end up in the nursing home. Sometimes they spend the rest of their lives in nursing home, or if they are lucky to get discharged, they may never be able to have their baseline health. Now, with extensive research and improvements in the diagnosis and better comprehension of the risk factors, hopefully older people would be able to stand straight. And this target can be achieved only if osteoporosis is diagnosed early and prevention and treatment are given on right time. In order to control osteoporosis, I would recommend to start prevention as early as possible. I would like to provide knowledge about this disease and how to apply practical tips to control this disease in my upcoming videos. This is not an easy disease. In order to educate you further, I have made several videos on osteoporosis. This is the first video of osteoporosis series, giving osteoporosis overview. In upcoming videos, I will talk about risk factors, diagnosis, and treatment in simple language. If you have any questions or concerns, please write down in the box below. If you have found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe this video and channel. You'll find references in the description box. To conclude, next video would be on osteoporosis risk factors. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. Fi aman Allah.